2 weeks have passed since Garrison's passing. It is never simpler to express, and I must continue working since that's what I see it to be. What I am aware of is what I must accomplish, and for me, working occasionally entails sharing content on social media and those of you who are aware that it's just what I need to keep going forward. I'm grateful because this is awful. Losing your son, and we're heading to always and forever miss him. Day for the remainder of our existence, so we were. You simply keep going forward since. If not, all I would want to do is stay in. Sleeping all day, and for me, working entails posting. Therefore, I'm going to continue doing that. That since that's what I comprehend to be what I'm capable of doing, and I appreciate that realizing it and feeling every bit of love with assistance that we have had from. Thank you so much from the people. Sincerely, please begin reach out to those you care about and let them know if you intend to call someone you need to give a call to, and just reach out and keep doing it, please. The Nevada National Guard, thank you very much. Memorial service for Kody and Janelle. Garrison Brown, the son, was transporting the instant they gave the sister wives star. The flag was Janelle Brown. Heartbreaking, it is consoling to observe. Logan, Hunter, and Gabe are there to help. Her expression, Janelle Brown, as she receiving the flag made me cry. Gab seems to be making an effort to stay powerful, but I'm hoping that he can finally find calm in the middle of all the chaos. He has to get counseling, without a doubt. Through a great deal, including discovering his sister Janelle Brown's anguish as she embraced the banner. The reason Kody Brown almost always lives at the mall, where he might have a stand selling all those tacky sunglasses and scrunchies when presenting a public performance, and let's not to mention his somewhat squat physique. Proportions of legs to torso give a lot of be desired, as I'm not generally one to make fun of people's physiques, but Kody is an anomaly in this regard. But in Aurora, Robyn's daughter's case, Brown's disclosure of her a panic episode being captured on video is quite alarming. The fact that she has such unsettling, crippling situations that occur repeatedly a week and appears not to receive appropriate medical care or prescription drugs for them. This poses important queries regarding the Brown family's strategy for their children's well-being. Kody's past experiences with addressing medical concerns inside the family, like his opposition to recognizing Dayton's autism and dubious handling of Ville's scoliosis, emphasizes even more the absence of appropriate healthcare administration within the family's perception that the Browns appear to give material expenditures top priority, belongings over protecting their kids, possess sufficient health coverage, and access to healthcare is a concerning issue, particularly in light of the magnitude of their family. The constant presence of Kody Brown at residence appears linked to the address. Aurora's panic episodes worsened, highlights the problematic dynamics inside the household. It's critical to understand that perhaps Aurora's panic episodes are a means of unconsciously attempting to attract attention or taking care of fundamental problems, especially in a swoops in to rescue Aurora, positioning himself as the hero while Robyn plays the role of the doting mother only perpetuates unhealthy dynamics within the family. Additionally, sister wives star Robyn Brown's behavior as a mother often leaves me deeply unsettled when watching the show. It's like a jarring reminder of past experiences, particularly moments like when Aurora mentioned how we had learned that the family didn't want to spend holidays with them. It echoes the manipulative tactics of my own mother, who constantly instilled feelings of insecurity and isolation in me. I can't help but feel sorry for Robyn Brown's children. They seem adrift, much like I felt growing up under similar circumstances. The way Robyn refers to her kids resonates with my own. Experiences of feeling like I didn't belong to anyone but my mother, trapped in a cycle of manipulation and control. I worry about whether Robyn Brown's children have any genuine connections. Outside of their family, it's reminiscent of kids I knew growing up who were taught to isolate themselves and trust no one. It's a strange and isolating environment, especially compared to the vibrant social lives of my nieces now. Moments like when Robyn told her children that the family didn't want to be with them during Thanksgiving, which was a lie, are particularly disturbing. It reeks of emotional abuse, further reinforcing the flowers in the attic-esque atmosphere that seems to pervade their lives. Despite attending public school, they still give off a vibe of being locked away and tightly controlled. I can't help but hope that one day they'll break free from this cycle and discover their own identities, much like it took me years of support and therapy to do so. Moreover, I found it hilarious when Sister Wiv star Christine Brown couldn't help but laugh at Kody Brown's reaction to coronavirus. Personally, if it were someone in my family, we'd all be joking about it too. Learning to laugh at the past is essential for avoiding perpetual misery, and Kody Brown seems to struggle with letting things go. It's evident that Christine was chuckling at Kody's exaggerated behavior during his bout with coronavirus. His traumatic made it seem like he was enduring the worst suffering imaginable, when in reality his case was relatively mild. Kody's tendency to turn even minor ailments into major crisis is quite the spectacle. As a nurse, I couldn't resist sharing Kody's melodramatics with my mom, who's also in the field. We both had a good laugh over it, especially considering how mild his symptoms were. Robyn's reaction, while understandable given the anxiety surrounding the virus, paled in comparison to Kody's thrix. Pristine laughter likely stemmed from Kody's expectation that everyone drop everything to cater to his needs, a stark contrast to his lack of similar support for Janelle when she had coronavirus. It's a clear example of Kody's double standards and self-centeredness in dealing with illness within the family. On the other hand, I've noticed a recurring theme of using the word safe excessively throughout the show, whether it's one wife aiming to create a safe environment in her home or another expressing feeling unsafe around certain family members. The term seems to permeate their conversations. It's possible that their frequent use of this word stems from their extensive therapy sessions, where they've likely encountered and internalized concepts surrounding emotional safety. However, it's also likely that their fixation on safety reflects deeper, unresolved issues stemming from their setting, where maybe egocentric parents, such as. However, Kody and Robyn's method. Kody past experiences their misuse of the term often borders on cliché, as if they've latched onto it without fully understanding its implications. This misuse can lead to misunderstandings and passive-aggressive implications within their interactions, as seen when someone claims to feel unsafe due to a simple disagreement. Ultimately, their constant reference to safety may indicate a broader need for emotional security and stability within their complex family dynamic. However, their misuse of the term and tendency to weaponize it in interpersonal conflicts can hinder genuine communication and resolution of underlying issues. However, Sister Wives star Kody Brown's recent appearance on Mormonism Live showcased his ability to articulate himself well and display knowledge about polygamy. However, certain statements he made, particularly concerning his relationships with Robyn and Christine, raised some eyebrows. He mentioned an 11-day honeymoon with Robyn Brown, then claimed that each of the original 3 wives had their own honeymoon as well, which seems dubious. Acknowledging his own failings, Kody Brown admitted to finding it painful to watch himself on the show. He lamented that while he worked hard to keep each wife happy, they didn't reciprocate by being happy themselves. He painted Robyn as the epitome of sweetness and kindness, seemingly unaware of any potential discord within their relationships. However, he also mentioned a wife he wasn't initially in love with, who he claimed left and caused turmoil, particularly towards Robyn. Kody Brown's admiration for Robyn's choice to be with him seemed exaggerated given the circumstances surrounding their relationship. Furthermore, his failure to seek permission from Janelle Brown, Christine Brown, or Meri Brown regarding the addition of Robyn Brown into their family dynamics was highlighted as an act of disregard. The host received criticism for their perceived leniency towards Kody, but it seemed they struggled to maintain control over the conversation with such an outspoken and, at times, brash guest. Robyn Brown's behavior during discussions about relocating to Flagstaff also raised concerns about her manipulative tendencies, particularly in how she navigated the decision-making process with the other wives. Additionally, during one of my many rewatches, I came across a scene that struck me as particularly odd. Sister Wives star Robyn Brown called Kody Brown over to express her concerns about having another baby unless there was additional support from the other wives with their business. However, her reasoning seemed convoluted, as she mentioned needing investors for their business to support having another child, which didn't quite add up since investors typically provide funds rather than labor. It felt like a thinly veiled attempt to pressure the other wives into contributing more to the business. It became apparent that Robyn Brown's real agenda was to ensure Meri's involvement in the business, even if it meant leveraging the prospect of having another child. However, once the baby arrived, any mention of the business seemed to fade into the background. Despite the family facing financial struggles, it's curious how, despite financial constraints, the family decided to sell their homes and relocate to a more expensive area, with 2 wives renting indefinitely and one purchasing a home where Kody Brown surprisingly appeared on the deed. Meanwhile, Robyn Brown secured a spacious 6-bedroom house worth nearly $1 million. The whole situation raises eyebrows, to say the least. Moreover, in the aftermath of Garrison Brown's passing, there's a question lingering about how Meri Brown is received within the family, especially by Janelle Brown, Christine Brown, and Kody Brown. Despite tensions, they still recognize her as a mother figure to the children during both celebratory occasions and difficult times. Observing photos, it's evident that Meri is physically present but appears somewhat disconnected, which prompts speculation about her role within the family dynamic. While it's unlikely that significant changes have occurred between the parents, it's crucial to acknowledge that some of the children may still view Meri as a mother figure, regardless of past trauma. Meri's attendance at the funeral reflects her continued membership in the family, despite any interpersonal conflicts. Although it's doubtful that they'll suddenly become best friends, moments of grief often lead people to come together, setting aside differences for the sake of shared mourning. While Meri Brown may not be actively included in family planning or decision-making, it's possible that Janelle and Christine recognize her role in their children's lives. The extent of her involvement may vary among different family members, with some children preferring more distance from Meri while others maintain a close relationship with her. Ultimately, the family seems to leave it up to the children to define Meri's role as a mother figure. While they may not actively include her in every aspect of life, her presence is acknowledged, albeit sometimes passively. Despite any rifts that exist, it's important to remember that Meri played a significant role in starting the family with Kody. While there may be valid Reasons for Christine and Janelle to distance themselves from Meri. It's nonetheless heartbreaking to see her excluded from family gatherings and celebrations. On the other hand, imagine if sister Wiv star Kody Brown and Robyn Brown were secretly living a monogamous life from the beginning. Picture this: Kody falls for Robyn Brown, who isn't keen on polygamy, but he's unwilling to walk away from the show, so he promises her monogamy and she gets the whole package: the TV show, bills paid, kids adopted, legal marriage, nanny, mansion, land, and the lion's share of the family income. It's a better deal than Kody could have offered in a monogamous relationship, and all she has to do is play the role of a sister wife. Meanwhile, the other wives, believing they're still in a polygamous marriage with Kody, start to notice red flags: no intimacy, Kody Brown's absence, and feeling abandoned. Kody Brown treats them like ex-wives, even though they're technically still married only in their hearts and minds. He maintains the facade to keep the money flowing, doing just enough to keep up the illusion despite being essentially abandoned. The other wives continue to provide financial support, relinquish control, and keep Kody's secrets. It takes them a while to realize what's going on, but for numerous seasons, they remain committed. Eventually, they figure it out and choose to leave, albeit belatedly. They had the freedom to stay or go. It was their decision legally. Kody Brown owes them nothing except perhaps child support. It's a tantalizing thought: Kody Brown and Robyn Brown orchestrating the greatest con are under our noses through the Sister Wife series, but in reality, they're likely just as clueless as they seem. Time to return to our regularly scheduled program. However, in the latest season of Sister Wives, it's become apparent that there's never a professional camera crew inside Sister Wives star Robyn Brown and Kody Brown's home. They film themselves, unlike the other wives who allow the crew in. There are various theories circulating about why this might be the case. Some speculate that it could be due to coronavirus-related concerns or the state of Robyn's house, which may be less camera-ready compared to the other wives' homes. While these factors likely play a role, it seems that Robyn has always enjoyed special privileges within the family dynamic. Throughout the series, Robyn has been somewhat authored with her quarter of the family never expected to carry as much weight as the dog 3, although her storyline includes significant moments like the adoption. It's often not explored to the same depth as the rest of the family's expenses. Kody appears to have shielded Robyn from having to participate at the same level as the original wives. She tends to show up primarily during group outings and talking heads, and there are occasions where she's noticeably absent when the OG3 are engaged in activities. It's as if Robyn is the only one who gets to maintain a separate life outside of the collective family narrative. This disparity in camera coverage suggests a deliberate effort to protect Robyn's privacy, or perhaps to maintain a certain image for her within the show. Additionally, Sister Wives star Garrison Brown's passing should have been a sobering wake-up call for Kody Brown, prompting him to reflect on his behavior, especially towards his children, from his original wives during the turmoil of coronavirus. His harsh words and venomous outbursts towards his kids must have been excruciating for them, particularly considering Janelle's previous praise of him as a hands-on father. It's perplexing to see Kody Brown and Robyn Brown watching footage of Christine's wedding and offering commentary, especially after his hurtful action. Why was he even included in that moment? Now there's talk of a potential aftermath show about Garrison's passing. The only redemption in such a program would be if Kody admitted his mistreatment of everyone and expressed genuine remorse. However, considering his narcissistic tendencies, this seems unlikely. Narcissists typically avoid accepting blame or changing their behavior, even in the face of tragedy. It's idealistic to imagine Kody Brown undergoing a profound transformation, fostering healthy relationships with his children. However, it's doubtful that he's capable of such introspection and effort. As for the family's future, there's a fear that Kody might blame Janelle and Christine for Garrison's death, accusing them of turning Garrison against him. This would only deepen existing rifts within the family. Ultimately, there's hope that everyone can move forward without assigning blame and strive to improve the family dynamic. However, it's essential to acknowledge the negative impacts of the reality show on the children's lives and avoid exploiting their grief any further. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Music.